Lena and Luca were born minutes apart, twins with an unspoken connection that had always baffled their family and friends. From the moment they could understand the world, they seemed to communicate without words, finishing each other's sentences, knowing what the other needed before asking, even feeling each other's emotions as if they shared a single heart. Their bond was extraordinary, but it became something more when they turned 12. It started with small, strange occurrences. Lena would feel a sudden rush of fear and look around to find Luca staring at her with wide eyes, as though he was experiencing the same thing. Then, one afternoon, Lena thought about a book she had left at the library, and seconds later, Luca was texting her, "Did you forget your book?" The first time they realized they could communicate over long distances was during a summer camp. It was the first time they had been apart for more than a few hours, and they missed each other terribly. On the third day, Lena was sitting by the lake, feeling a sense of deep loneliness when a thought popped into her mind. Luca's in trouble. The moment she thought it, her phone buzzed. "Lena, help, I'm stuck. I don't know where I am," the message read. Lena's heart pounded. She stood up, instantly knowing what to do. Without hesitation, she ran to the camp counselor, explaining the situation. Her instincts told her where to go, as if Luca was guiding her with his mind. They found him, disoriented but safe, near the edge of the forest. He couldn't explain how she knew where to find him, but the look in her eyes told him she hadn't just been guessing. From that moment on, their telepathic connection deepened. Sometimes even beyond thoughts. They could feel each other's physical sensations. Lena could taste the salt of Luca's tears, and Luca could sense the warmth of Lena's smile even when they were miles apart. It was as though their hearts beat to the same rhythm, syncing them in ways no one could understand. But their extraordinary connection was not without challenges. As they entered high school, their telepathic link became both a blessing and a burden. Their emotions, once shared in perfect harmony, began to overwhelm them. When Lena felt anxiety about a test, Luca felt it too, intensifying his own stress. When one of them was hurt, the other felt the pain as if it were their own. At first, they tried to ignore it, thinking it was just a phase. But over time, it became impossible to separate their feelings. It wasn't just the physical sensations. Lena could sense Luca's thoughts as if they were her own, and sometimes, he could hear hers. The lines between their individual selves blurred. One evening, after a particularly overwhelming day of shared emotions, they sat on the roof of their house, gazing up at the stars. "I can't do this anymore," Lena said quietly, her voice shaking. "It's too much. I need to be me." Luca nodded, his eyes heavy with understanding. "I feel the same. But how do we stop? How do we separate?" They sat in silence, each struggling with the idea of losing the bond that had always defined them. Then, in a rare moment of clarity, Luca spoke. "What if it's not about separating? What if it's about learning to balance?" Lena turned to him, a flicker of hope igniting in her chest. "You mean, we control it, not let it control us?" Luca smiled softly. "Exactly. We have this connection for a reason. But we need to learn how to use it, not let it use us." They spent the next few weeks practicing, setting boundaries and finding ways to communicate when they needed to. Slowly, the overwhelming feelings began to subside. They learned that their connection didn't have to define them, but it could be a powerful tool when they needed each other the most. As they grew older, Lena and Luca's bond became a source of strength, a reminder that no matter how far apart they were, their hearts would always beat as one. And though their telepathy remained, it no longer controlled them. They had found peace in their shared silence.